Hi everyone and welcome to this week's video. This week we are having a look at my favourite tulips from this season. So we're coming to the end of the season now. We've had a good month of tulips. My first ones came out on the 12th of April and this is now the 12th of May. And I'll probably have a few more next week, but they've definitely started to slow down now, and this is the last big cut this week of these particular tulips here. So today I thought we'd go through and have a look at what my favourites have been from this season. Every season's a little bit different and you try new varieties and some work well for you and some not so well. Three things that my tulips have to do for me. The first is they have to withstand the Scottish weather. So we get cold spells, we get wind, we get rain, and we get some sunshine occasionally if we're lucky. So they have to be really able to withstand that. So strong, sturdy stems that'll mean that they stay upright in the garden and they take whatever is thrown at them. The next thing that I like to have in a tulip is I like to have the colours that are going to fit in with that year's bridal theme. So they'll have particular colours that they would like to have, and I try and grow tulips to tailor to that. And also I want to have a look at what my local customers like. Do they like bright colours? Do they like pastel colours? And also what do my florists want as well? And then the third thing is I like to grow something that's a little bit different. So different to what you would find in the supermarket if you were going there. So I like to look at the double tulips. I like to look at fringed ones. I like to look at single ones that are maybe slightly more unusually coloured. So let's have a look just now at what my favourite ones from this year have been. This tulip is Exotic Emperor and it's a really good one for me because it's reliably early, so I'll get it blooming in about mid-April as soon as we get some sunshine. And it's beautiful with its ruffled petals and its long sturdy stems, so it's a great one for flower arranging. This is another favourite of mine from this year. This is Salmon Vanike and it is a beautiful tulip, one of the first flowering in the garden, so quite an early one for me, and it's got beautiful long sturdy stems for cutting and arranging. And the petals are just gorgeous. They're just warm apricot-y, pinky tulips. I'm definitely going to grow this one again next year. This is Apricot Beauty and I love this tulip. Again, it's got lovely, strong, sturdy stems. It flowers early for me and it's a really nice, subtle apricot colour, which I really like. I think it's a great one for bridal bouquets and for mixing in with pastel bouquets for local customers. This is Tulip Honeymoon. It is a white fringed tulip and my all-time favourite tulip to grow in the springtime. It flowers mid-spring for me, so late April, early May, and it's a reliable producer. Every year got fantastic blooms from these. And I love using these in wedding work. They're just exquisite in bridal bouquets, and I'm really lucky this week because again it has bloomed just in time for my 2 weddings this week, so I'll be able to use these, and they're just so different and look so lovely. And I've been championing it on every year for the last few years just to be blooming just at the right time. So I've grown them in pots and I've grown them under low caterpillar tunnels, and I take the fleece off them and I take the pots in and out of the greenhouse just to get to them to bloom at the right time, and they've come through for me again. Aren't they stunning? And here's a quick look at how beautiful those white honeymoon fringed tulips and Apricot Beauty tulips can look in bridal work. When you're making up bouquets and flower jars for customers, everybody likes some pink tulips, and I really like this one this year. This was one of my favourites. It's called Gabriella and it's just a lovely soft light pink shade, and it's got nice strong sturdy stems and can withstand the wind and rain as well. It flowers mid to late spring, again April this year for me. This is Tulip Havran, which was another new tulip for me this year, and I really like this one because it was great in bouquet work. It had nice strong sturdy stems, it was a good colour, a nice bright colour, but it wasn't too large for bouquets either, so if you're wanting some smaller tulips in it, they were really nice. Next to the white honeymoon tulip, this has to be my other favourite tulip in the garden, and it's called Attila Graffiti, and it flowers late April for me, early May if the weather isn't too sunny and it hasn't brought them all out in April. And it has really nice strong stems and these beautiful coloured flowers, which are kind of red, violet, maroony colour, and they slightly change shade as they open up and mature. They're really beautiful. This was a new tulip for me this year. It's called Tulip Apricona, and it is a lovely soft apricot tulip with pale pink in it as well. Really pretty, and it flowers early on in April. It was a little bit later than that for me this year just because we had such a cold start to the spring, but you should find that early to April, mid-April is when this one flowers usually. Over the last couple of years, I've started to grow a few Parrot tulips, and I'm not really sure whether I like them or not, but this year I really like this one, and this is called Black Parrot, and it flowers late for me, one of the last tulips to flower, so this is 10th of May and it's still flowering in the garden. Another dark tulip is Curly Sue, and I really like this one. It's a fringed one again, and I do like my fringed tulips, but this is later flowering for me than Honeymoon, and it's got this gorgeous colour. It's kind of maroon burgundy colour, and it's just super in bridal bouquets where they want a slightly darker colour theme. Thanks so much for watching this week's video. I hope you enjoy finding out about what my favourite tulips this year have been, and it might give you some ideas for your shopping list when it comes to bulb buying time later on in the season. I definitely know that I'm going to have quite a few of those on my list next year, and Apricot Beauty was a first for me this year, and I'm definitely going to be buying that again. I really liked it. I'm always going to be buying more of my white honeymoon fringe tulips because I just love them, and my Attila Graffiti ones as well. That is definitely another one for my shopping list. I don't know whether you're like me, but it is really easy to get carried away when you are buying your bulbs later on in the year. And just by going through the bulbs that you have grown this year and how you got on with them, writing the names down of the ones that worked, it's quite good to have a wish list like that because it controls you a little bit more when it comes to buying. You're not just flicking through the catalogues and thinking, what does it look nice this year? What will I go for? So that's my idea just now. Write a list of my favourites from this year and then try and stick to that as much as I can when it comes to bulb shopping. Next week we're going to be having a look at pinching out snapdragons because it's that stage in the greenhouse, and I'll also in the next couple of weeks be doing a tour of the flower patches because there's a lot of plants that are going out there now and they'll be coming into bloom in the coming weeks. We're also getting into that May gap just now, that really difficult time of the year where the spring flowers have slowed down and are stopping and the annuals still haven't come out. So if you want to have a look at what to do to get things flowering in your garden in May, have a look back at the video that I did last year about the May flower gap because that's really useful at giving you ideas about what to grow in your garden that will be coming out just now.